Hello dear students, in last video we have completed, the derivative of inverse function, that is the theorem for differentiation of inverse function. Also we prove the formulas for differentiation of inverse trigonometric function, that is differentiation of sine inverse x, differentiation of cos inverse x, differentiation of tan inverse x, and differentiation of cot inverse x. Now let us start the remaining differentiation of the inverse trigonometric function, that is the sec inverse of x. Let y equal to sec inverse of x such that the mod of x greater than equal to 1 and y lies between 0 to pi, but y is not equal to pi by 2. Then differentiation of y with respect to x, that is differentiation of sec inverse of x equal to 1 upon x into square root of x square minus 1. Now we have to prove this. Let the given function y equal to sec inverse of x. The given function is this, and the condition is that mod of x is greater than equal to 1, y lies between 0 to pi, and y is not equal to pi by 2. Okay, so here as y equal to sec inverse of x, this implies this x equal to transfer this sec inverse to that side, we get x equal to sec of y. This is suppose 1. Okay, now differentiate x with respect to y, because x is function of y. Differentiate with respect to y, we get differentiation of x with respect to y, and what is the function x? X is sec y. Therefore differentiation of x means differentiation of sec of y. Okay, and you know the formula of differentiation of sec x, that is sec x into tan x. Similarly, differentiation of sec of y with respect to y is sec of y into tan of y. Okay, so here the sec of y is as it is. We put the value of tan of y. The tan of y is square root of tan square of y. We can write tan of y is square root of tan square of y, and that's why as we have taken the value tan of y into square root, that's why we have considered it is plus or minus. Okay, and therefore that is equal to plus or minus sec y into tan square y. But we know the formula, that is 1 plus tan square theta, that means 1 plus tan square x equal to sec square of x, and therefore tan square of x equal to sec square of x minus 1. We put this formula into this square root, that is we have put the value of tan square y is sec square of y minus 1. Okay, now here from 1 the value of x, that is value of sec of y is x. We put this value in given, that is put the value of y, value of sec of y is x, we put here, and this is equal to plus or minus x into x square minus 1, where x is sec of y. Okay, now we know that this is plus or minus x square minus 1, and we know that y lies between 0 to pi, but y is not equal to pi by 2. Y lies between 0 to pi means y lies in first or second quadrant. 0 to pi means y lies in first or second. This is 0 to pi by 2, and pi by 2 to pi means y lies between 0 to pi means in first or second quadrant. Okay, and we have the function sec y and tan y, and we know that in first quadrant both sec y and tan y are positive functions. These trigonometric functions are positive in first and second quadrant. Okay, also in first quadrant, the trigonometric function sec y as well as tan y is positive. Okay, now in second quadrant, you know that the sec y, that is the reciprocal of cos y, and tan y, both functions are negative. Both functions are negative in second quadrant. Both functions are positive in first quadrant. Sec y, tan y, the sec y is negative, tan y is negative in second quadrant, and that's why the product of sec y into tan y, this product is positive in first quadrant because positive, okay, and in second quadrant sec y is negative, tan y is negative, negative into negative, that is positive, means sec y into tan y is also positive in second quadrant. The product is positive, and that's why now dx by dy equal to x into x square minus 1 when x is greater than 1, 0, and mod of x is greater than 1, obviously that is positive. But when x is less than 0, mod of x is greater than 1 and x less than equal to minus 1, that is minus x into x square minus 1. And we know that dy by dx equal to 1 upon dx by dy. Put here the value and we get dy by dx equal to 1 upon square root of x into x square minus 1. For x greater than 0, mod of x greater than 1 and x greater than 1. And also dy by dx equal to minus 1 upon square root of x into x square minus 1. For x less than 0, mod of x greater than 1 and x less than minus 1. So in this case we have the differentiation is positive, and in this case the differentiation is negative. But remember students, as at one time it is positive, here it is negative, but always we consider the differentiation of sec inverse of x is 1 upon x into x square root of x square minus 1, which is always positive. We consider it is always positive, because if we see the graph of this, suppose this is the graph, y equal to sec inverse of y, x equal to sec inverse of y, this is positive x-axis, negative x-axis, okay, all this, and on y-axis that is pi by 2. And see here in this quadrant, if the value of x is positive, the graph is increasing like this, okay, the graph is increasing. But see where x is negative, see here, suppose x equal to minus 1, this is minus 1 and this is minus, suppose the value of x is minus 1 or minus 2, whatever. If we take the value of x is negative, then here that is minus 1 upon suppose minus 2 into suppose minus the square of minus 2 minus 1, that is 2 square minus 1 is 3, and that is 1 upon minus 2 into square root of 3. If we see here, this is minus becomes positive, becomes positive, means also the graph in case of negative, in case of this, that is x less than minus 1, the graph is also increasing function, and in first case also the graph is increasing, in second case also the graph is increasing, okay. And in this way In both cases, the graph is increasing. That's why we take the differentiation of sec inverse of x is always positive. Remember that here in one case it is positive, in another case it is negative, but always we consider the differentiation of sec inverse of x is plus 1 upon x into square root of x square minus 1, that is positive, because in both cases the graph is increasing. Okay, hence this is the proof of sec inverse of x function. Okay, in this way we have completed the differentiation of inverse trigonometric function. Now just make a list of that inverse trigonometric function, and you have to remember this formula, students. Okay, these are the new formulas for you, that is inverse differentiation of inverse trigonometric function, that is differentiation of sine inverse of x is 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Differentiation of cos inverse of x is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Third, differentiation of tan inverse of x with respect to x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. Fourth, differentiation of cot inverse of x with respect to x is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Differentiation of sec inverse of x with respect to x equal to 1 upon square root of x into square root of x square minus 1. Last one, differentiation of cosec inverse of x with respect to x equal to minus 1 upon x into square root of x square minus 1. And these are the important formulas, that is the differentiation of inverse trigonometric function. You have to add these formulas in your list of differentiation and learn it. Okay, now let us solve an example related to inverse trigonometric function. So take an example, that is differentiate y equal to sine inverse of x cube. Now differentiate y with respect to x. We get differentiation of y with respect to x. What is the y function? The y function is sine inverse of x cube. Therefore, differentiation of y with respect to x is differentiation of sine inverse of x cube. Okay. So, you know the formula for differentiation of sine inverse of x. What is the formula? That is differentiation of sine inverse of x with respect to x is 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Okay, students. Here the value of x, instead of x, the x is x raised to 3, that is x cube. Okay, so put the value of x as a x cube, and therefore by using this formula, differentiation of sine inverse of x cube is 1 upon square root of 1 minus x raised to 3 square, that is x square. Okay, instead of x we have put here x cube. But see students, as we know the differentiation of composite function or by chain rule, if we observe that this x raised to 3 is again differentiable function. Okay, x raised to 3 is again differentiable function. That's why we have to again differentiate it. Okay, and therefore into differentiation of x raised to 3 with respect to x. And therefore this is equal to 1 upon square root of 1 minus x raised to 3 raised to 3 is 2 is x raised to 6. Okay, into, we know the differentiation of x raised to 3, that is differentiation by power function, that is differentiation of x raised to n with respect to x is n into x raised to n minus 1 by using this formula, and n equal to 3 here, that's why that is 3 into x raised to 3 minus 1 is 2, and therefore this is into 3x square, and therefore dy by dx equal to 3x square upon square root of 1 minus x raised to 6. In this way, we have to differentiate. Okay. Now, the next example, differentiate y equal to cos inverse of 2x square minus x. Okay. So, let y equal to cos inverse of 2x square minus 1. This is a function. Now, differentiate it with respect to x. So, differentiate y with respect to x. And therefore dy by dx equal to differentiation of y. What is the y function? Y is cos inverse of 2x square minus 1. And therefore, differentiation of cos inverse of 2x square minus x with respect to x. Okay. So, this is again by using formula. What is the formula? Formula for differentiation of cos inverse of x with respect to x. What is the formula? The formula is 1 minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Okay. By using this formula, we have to differentiate. So, only instead of x here, the value of x is 2x square minus 1. Okay, note this step. The value of x is 2x square minus x here. And therefore, differentiation of this is equal to 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. And what is the value of x? That is 2x square minus x whole square. This is. Okay. But see students, here 2x square minus x, this is the value of x. But if we see the function, that is the value of x, that is 2x square minus x. And this function means the value 2x square minus x, value of x is again differentiable. And according to composite function, again we have to differentiate. Again, this function is differentiable, that's why differentiate it. Therefore, into differentiation of 2x square minus x with respect to x. In this way. And this is equal to 1 upon square root of 1 minus 2x square minus x whole square into differentiation of 2x square minus x is differentiation of 2 as a constant, differentiation of x square with respect to x minus differentiation of x with respect to x. Okay. In this way. And therefore dy by dx equal to 1 upon square root of, that is as it is, and this is 1 minus 2x square minus x. Sorry, differentiation of cos inverse of x is minus 1 upon 1 minus x square. That's why it is negative, and this is negative. Okay. And see here, differentiation of 2x square. Again by using x raised to n formula, that is n into x raised to n minus 1. And this is, the n is 2 here, 2 into x raised to n minus 1, that is x raised to 1. And minus differentiation of x with respect to x is 1. And this will be minus 4x minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus 2x square minus x whole square. Square root of. This is the problem and hence the solution. Okay. In this way we have to differentiate. Now the next, that is differentiation of cos inverse of differentiation of cos inverse of square root of 1 plus x upon 2. Okay. Now y equal to, this is suppose y equal to cos inverse of square root of 1 plus x upon 2. Okay students. Now differentiate y with respect to x. Differentiate y with respect to x. And therefore dy by dx equal to differentiation of, what is the y function? The y function is cos inverse of square root of 1 plus x upon 2. That is into square root. Okay. And with respect to x. With respect to x. Okay students. Again we know the differentiation of formula, that is differentiation of cos inverse of x. And what is the differentiation of cos inverse of x? That is minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square. Only here the value of x is square root of 1 plus x upon 2. This is the value of x. Instead of x, this is the value of x, and that we have to put in given formula only. And therefore differentiation of the given function is minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus square root of 1 plus x upon 2 whole square. That is 1 minus x square, square root of. So the whole term square. Okay. This is. Now see students, the given function, that is the value of x is square root of 1 plus x upon 2. Okay. And this is again differentiable function. That means again by using the chain rule. The function is differentiable. That's why we have to differentiate again. And therefore differentiate given function. What is the function? That is the differentiation of square root of 1 plus x upon 2. This is the function with respect to x. But the function we have to differentiate, the given function is in square root function. And if we observe that the outermost function is square root function, that is the square root function. And therefore according to square root formula we have to differentiate. You know that is differentiation of square root of x equal to 1 upon 2 root x. 1 upon 2 root x. By using this formula we have to differentiate. Okay. And therefore this is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus 1 plus x upon 2 whole square. Okay students. Into, by using the square root formula, differentiation of square root of x is 1 upon 2 root x. And that's why differentiation of this is again into square root. That is 1 upon square root of 1 upon 2 into square root of 1 plus x upon 2. This is the differentiation of the square root function. But this square root function is again function of the inner function. And which is the inner function? That is 1 plus x upon 2. And that is again differentiable. That's why again differentiate it. That is into differentiation of 1 plus x upon 2 with respect to x. Okay. And this is differentiation of 1 upon 2 with respect to x plus differentiation of x by 2 with respect to x. Okay. And therefore this is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus square root of 1 plus x upon 2 whole square, and the square root of whole square, that is 1 plus x upon 2. Okay, in next step we will write in this way, and this is equal to 1 upon 2 into square root of 1 plus x upon 2. This is into square root. Okay, and into differentiation of 1 by 2 is 0 plus differentiation of x by 2 is 1 by 2 in this way, and therefore we can write this by in this way, and this is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 1 minus square root of square, that gets cancelled, and this is 1 plus x upon 2. Okay, into this is 1 by into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 4, and this is equal to 1 upon 4 into 1 plus x upon 2. This is dy by dx. This is dy by dx in this way. Okay. And we can calculate this much also, that is 1 minus 1 by 2 minus x by 2, that is 1 minus x. This is equal to 1 minus x upon 2, and we can simplify the term. Okay, hence the problem. Now, by using the inverse trigonometric function, we can differentiate the function in this way. Okay, students. Now see here, there are also some problems in which we have to use some trigonometric formulae that we have studied in last year. Okay, so we know the formula for sine of 2 theta. We know that the formula for sine of 2 theta, that is 2 sine theta into cos theta. We know that cos of 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square theta, 2 cos square theta minus 1, then 2 cos square theta minus 1, then also cos square theta minus sine square theta, and this equal to cos of 2 theta. We know the formula for sine of 3 theta, that is 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta. Also we know the formula for cos of 3 theta, that is equal to 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Okay, we know all these formulae, and in this way there are number of formulae, that is tan of 2 theta, tan of 3 theta, like this. In this way we have to use the formula in given function, and we have to simplify the problem. Now let us take an example like that. That is here the given function cos inverse of 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. Okay, so here we know the formula for cos of 3 theta. What is? First we simplify the function, that is y equal to cos inverse of 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. Okay, students, and just we have revised the formula, that is cos of 3 theta. What is the formula for cos of 3 theta? Cos of 3 theta is 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. That means cos 3x equal to 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. Okay, and this is cos of 3x. And therefore, if we put this value in given function, the function is in very simplified form and we can differentiate very easily. And that's why given function becomes y equal to cos inverse of cos of 3 theta. This is formula for cos of 3 theta, or sorry, here theta, not, that is the variable is x here, cos of 3x. This is equal to cos inverse of cos of 3x. Okay students, and according to the inverse function, we know that cos inverse of cos of x, the formula is very important. Cos inverse of cos of x, this is equal to x. And by using this, here the cos inverse of cos, this get cancelled and hence we get y equal to 3x. See how much how the function is simplified, y equal to 3x. The function is in very simplified form and now we have to differentiate. Now differentiate y with respect to x. Differentiate y with respect to x. Okay, and therefore dy by dx equal to 3 is constant differentiation of x with respect to x is 1 and hence differentiation of given function is 3. In this way, we have differentiate the given function and we in next video we will solve the number of examples like this. Okay, if you have any difficulty then ask me. Okay, thank you.